Please listen to the legal disclaimer at the end of this video. Hi, I'm Boiler Williams. I'm a consumer advocate from Colorado. I specialize in giving my help to people who have collection and credit issues. I've had my share of collection and credit issues, so I'd like to share that expertise with people. I'm not a lawyer. I don't charge anything, and I don't give advice. I just tell you what I would do, so that's what I'm about to do. I wanted to talk a little bit about a situation that's really common and how to deal with it when you're sued by a collector. It's usually in a county court, and a lot of people have a lot of different approaches, and the approach that I advocate at the moment is to sue whoever's suing you in county court, sue them in federal court for FDCPA violations if they have committed any, and they usually do. So that's a nice way of evening the tables. It's hard for me to say. So what normally happens is you'll get sued in county court. You'll sue in federal court, and the attorney that's suing you in county court will figure out how much it's going to cost to defend a federal suit, and they'll call you and try to have both cases dismissed. Probably the last 5 or 6 times that I've been involved with a county case, that's exactly what's happened. When the county defendant, the consumer, has filed a federal lawsuit, they just want to let's just wash this away. So that's a really good strategy to take. It costs $400 to file a federal lawsuit. That just went up, but probably won't go up again for a while. At least I hope not. So it costs $400 to get out of that problem. It's usually a lot better than paying the collector whatever they're suing you for. It's, most credit card cases in county court are less than $1,000, but they add all these fees on, their lawyer fees and all this crap, and usually ends up being a tidy sum. So the $400 is probably not that significant in the big picture if you can afford the $400. If you can't afford the $400, there are ways to file a federal lawsuit. Informa pauperis is what it's called, so different video, but if you don't have the money to file it, there's still a way. So what I was called about today was I have a friend that was going to a courthouse, and he's getting sued by Midland Funding. And just make the story pretty short, he was going in there and he was going to tell them, and they're going to trial today, he was going to tell them that they violated the FDCPA and that there's going to be a subsequent federal lawsuit coming. Maybe we should just wipe this all out and everybody go home. That was his plan. But there's a term called Res Judicata, and these lawyers surely know this. Well, I don't know, sometimes lawyers are about as stupid as they come, but they should know this. And what that means is that a matter's already been adjudicated, or it's already been judged. So that's Latin for a matter judged, I think. Res Judicata. I'll put it in the text below this video how to spell it, because it's kind of a unusual word. But so when my friend went to trial today, I haven't heard what happened, but if he has a judgment against him, then he can't go back to the federal court later, and I'm talking in general, but this is usually true. You can't go back to the federal court and then start this whole thing up again about the same debt. So you're kind of screwed if you don't take care of business. And this is what he needed to have done, was to file it before he went to court today, before he went to trial, and that way you start the federal lawsuit before the local lawsuit's adjudicated, and then the federal lawsuit's on. So it's a matter of timing, and you got to have your timing right. Just make sure that you file your federal lawsuit before you go to court for your local lawsuit that's against you by, in this case, Midland. And that's really what I wanted to talk about, because I don't think we talk enough about the timing involved. If you have any questions about the timing, send me an email. Hope I explained it clearly. Just make sure that you start your federal lawsuit before you have a judgment against you is the gist of it. So if I didn't make myself clear, if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Shoot me an email. My email address is boiler@notlegaladvice.org. My website is notlegaladvice.org. You can find me on Facebook. I tweet, but it's automated, so I don't really pay that much attention to it, to be honest with you. Other than that, have a great night, and stick up for yourself. This is the legal disclaimer. While the information on this site deals with legal issues, it does not constitute legal advice. The materials in this video and related websites are provided for informational purposes only and do not constitute legal advice. We do not advise on the application of law to an individual's specific circumstances. Although we go to great lengths to make sure our information is accurate and useful, we recommend you consult a lawyer if you want professional assurance that our information and your interpretation of it is appropriate to your particular situation. There are no lawyers in this video or on the notlegaladvice.org family of websites. The contact information for this video is notlegaladvice.org, that is the main blog, nlapublishing.org, that is the main book site. The email address is boiler@notlegaladvice.org. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me. I'd love to hear from you.